I think the most important thing is to keep in mind the business model of your writing, because I write commercial fiction. This isn't literature, but I write commercial fiction that's entertaining fiction. I think it has some depth to it. I try to craft a good phrase in the book, but it's basically for entertainment, which I think is absolutely wonderful. But you have to keep in mind that when you're writing your product for your consumer, writing your book for your audience, you keep them in mind. And the business model for that, I call, when I teach my courses in writing, the mint flavored toothpaste business model. Now, what on earth does that mean? Well, I'll take just a minute here and we'll do a little hypothetical. Let's say I decided to give up writing and I was going to become a product designer for Procter and Gamble or a big consumer products company. And I go to my boss and I say, Fred, I've decided to give up writing. I want to create a new product that's going to put this company on the map. It's going to be liver flavored toothpaste because I think it's cool. It's just the greatest idea in the world. My girlfriend and I had pate last night. Pate's like liverwurst, but fancier and costs more. He said, yeah, Jeff, I know what pate is. What does this have to do with toothpaste? I say, it's unique. It's interesting. It'll get us press. And besides, I want to create the product. And so what does my boss do? He fires me on the spot. Why? Because people don't want liver-flavored toothpaste. They want mint-flavored toothpaste. Our job is not to write for ourselves. It's to write for your audience. And you sit down with your blank screen or your pad of paper, and before you come up with an idea, you think, what is going to make them happy? What is going to make their palms sweat? What is going to make them turn pages? Mickey Spillane, the great pulp fiction writer from the 1950s and 60s, said, people don't read books to get to the middle. We read books to get to the end. And meaning you don't pick up a 500-page book saying, I can't wait to get to the middle and put it down because it's boring. No, our job is to craft a book that grabs readers by the lapels on the opening page and race them through to the very final page. I don't want my books to be interesting. I want them to be compelling. I want people to show up late for work, to miss class, to stay home and call in sick because they want to finish my book. I keep in mind, is this going to be good for readers, or is it something I'm going to enjoy, or I'm going to let slide? For instance, am I going to be lazy? Well, that's liver-flavored book writing. You can't do that. You've got to write the scenes and rewrite them over and over and over again. That creates a liver-flavored book. Some more advice for writers. Stay away from the violence. Think of Alfred Hitchcock. Suspense. If you've seen Psycho, which I'm sure you have and many of your listeners have, the shower scene, we never saw Janet Leigh stabbed. It was all done very artfully to create horror and suspense, but no violence and gore. That's some excellent advice to keep in mind. My books are not violent. People think they are, but I cut away from the violence. I don't want to show something icky happening. I don't have violence against children or animals. That's liver flavored. That's disturbing. I don't digress. If I put research in, I boil it down so that it's necessary to further the story. Well, those are just some thoughts that I'm happy to share. But I should say, if any of your listeners are interested, I do teach courses in writing where I go into this in great detail. Just check my website if I can shamelessly self-promote.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
come by and you may pick up a few tricks about this confounding but absolutely marvelous business.